Hey everybody, Mr. Beltran here. Today we're going to go over a little bit of soccer dribbling, okay? Now I know some of you have played soccer before, or maybe you play soccer now. Okay, so some of these you might be familiar with, you might already know how to do it. Okay, doesn't hurt to get extra practice. Couple things though here, okay? First of all, you're going to need to find your space, make sure it's nice and clear so that you're not going to be bumping into anything or tripping on anything. Okay, you can do this inside or outside. If you're allowed to go outside, or if you have the space to do it outside, you can do it also outside. I'm going to do it inside because I know some of us are going to be inside our house, so that's what I'm going to be using. Now for a ball, of course, if you have a soccer ball, okay, that'd be the best thing to use. If you don't have a soccer ball, you can use any kind of ball. Basketball, yeah, you can use a bouncy ball. I got this mini basketball here. Okay, even though it's a lot smaller than a soccer ball, the idea is still the same. It would still work just the same. Okay, if you don't have any kind of ball, you can also use a rolled up pair of socks. Now obviously a rolled up pair of socks isn't going to roll as well as a soccer ball, but practicing the dribbling moves is a way to practice with the softball. It's going to work similarly. Not exactly the same, but similarly. Okay. Also, you can always make that paper ball. For the paper ball, I would do about 3 or 4 pieces of paper instead of just one. Okay, so you crumple up one, then you crumple up another one around it. So this is about 4 pieces of paper that I crumpled on top of each other to make it a little bit bigger. Still try to keep it a little bit on the round side so that it is similar to a ball, so that it kind of gets the rolling idea. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do each move, and then I'm going to give you about a minute. I want you to practice on your own. Okay, if you want to practice a little bit longer, remember you can always pause the video. If you need to go back and look at it again to make sure you know how to do it, just go back in the video and watch it and then practice it again, okay? So I'm going to take my soccer ball here, and we're going to start with toe taps. Toe taps, all I'm going to do is gently put my foot on top of the ball, okay? Now, with each of these things that we're doing, you can always start slowly, and then as you get better, move faster and faster, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to switch and put the other foot down, and then lightly tap with my opposite foot, okay? As I'm doing this, you can see my ball is barely moving. It's kind of staying in one spot, okay? The goal here is to try to keep it in one spot as best as you can, okay? So right now I'm just switching back and forth. As you get the hang of it, you can kind of jump and switch, okay? And then as you get better, then you can go even faster as you do it, okay? But again, just lightly tapping the ball, trying to keep it in that spot the whole time, okay? So I want you to practice that for 1 minute. Ready? Go. All right, now the next one I want you to try here, I call this around the world toe taps. It's the same idea as what you were doing, except now I'm going to be traveling around the ball as I go. So as I lightly tap my ball, I'm going to slowly move in a circle around it, okay? And then again, as you get better, you can go with a little jump in there. And as you get better, you can go a little bit faster, okay? So work at your speed. Okay, start off slowly. As you get better, you can go a little bit faster. Like I said, if you want a little extra time, always pause the video. That way you have a little bit more time to practice it, okay? So now we're going to do around the world toe taps for 1 minute. Ready? Go. All right, this next one. This next one has a few different names. I call it boxing the ball. Okay, you're gonna keep the ball in between your legs the entire time. Okay, I'm gonna lightly kick the ball with the inside of my foot towards the other side, and then lightly kick it with the other side of my foot. Okay, so as I kick it back and forth, the goal here is to keep the ball in between my feet the entire time. Okay, so as I'm doing it, I'm trying to keep that ball nice and straight in between my feet. And again, start off slowly, and then as you get better, you can go a little bit faster. Okay, we're going to practice that for 1 minute. Ready? Go. All right, everybody. Now, the next thing we're going to work on is some dribbling. Okay, so when I'm dribbling for this first one, we're going to use the inside of our feet. What I mean by that is I'm going to stand here. If I turn my foot a little bit to the side here, this part right here is the inside of my foot. Okay, now right now I'm using my right foot. Okay, so we're going to practice with just our right foot using the inside. Now, depending on how much space you have is how many dribbles you can do. So if you have space for 2 dribbles, do 2. 3, 3, 4, 4. Tap the ball lightly. Okay, I don't want you to kick it hard. I want you to tap the ball lightly and just get used to using that inside part of your foot. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step next to the ball, turn my foot, tap, step, tap, step, tap. Okay, and then when I run out of space, I'm just going to take the ball back to the beginning and then start it again. Step, tap, step, tap, step, tap. Okay. I'm going to turn a little sideways here so hopefully you can see it a little bit better maybe. Okay, step, tap, step, tap, step, tap. Okay, and then I'm going to keep practicing that for 1 minute. All right, ready, go. All right, everybody, now that you've practiced that with your right foot, now I want you to practice it with the left foot on the inside of your foot, okay? So just the left foot. Ready, go. Alright, now that we've been practicing dribbling with the inside of our feet, now I want you to practice with the outside of your foot. Okay, so the outside of your foot is going to be the opposite side. So instead of turning my foot this way, I'm going to turn my foot the opposite direction and use the outside of my foot. Now for this one, you don't want to turn it too much because it would be a little bit awkward for you. You just want to turn it just a tiny bit as you tap it. Okay, so starting behind the ball again, here we go. I'm going to start with my right foot only. Step, I turn my foot, tap. Step, tap, step, tap. Okay, when I run out of space, I start again. Okay, let me try turning sideways so hopefully you can see it a little bit better. Alright, so here we go. Step, tap, step, tap, step, tap. Okay? And we're going to practice that for 1 minute using only the outside of your right foot. Alright? Ready? Go. And we have one more for us to do. We're going to do the outside of our left foot. So the same idea, but now only using the outside of our left foot. Ready? Go. That was the last one for today. If you want to practice a little bit more, you can always start the video all over again and go through them one more time. Okay, like I said, if you need a little extra practice on one or the other, you can always pause the video so that you have a little bit more time to practice. Okay, don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to do the Google form. I'll see all of you next time.